Hello, this is CJ3026, and what you see before you is Eisenhower dollars. I have one 1972 Eisenhower S, which was minted in San Francisco, and I guess that stands for silver. And you can't see the cladding to it though, but I could take it out the case. It's a little more shinier though, but that's just cladded. It's probably silver, coated, some kind of maybe coated copper, coated with silver, and it is just regular, little black fill down. I really don't know if this case is the actual case when these Eisenhower dollars came in. I think I do remember. I think this case was from a commemorative type of coin dealer. They just say you could commemorative coins, and like I said from a previous video, commemorative coins are basically coins layered in gold. Doesn't have any type of real intrinsic value. And then over here I have this is a 2013 American Eagle 1 ounce silver. And of course, once again, this date today of this recording is 2nd day, 7th day, 2014. Well, let me get to why I'm recording this here. Actually, has it ever occurred to any coin collector as to what would be the aftermath of the U.S. dollar once the U.S. dollar collapses? And to what extent will it collapse? And the reaction of gold and silver. If the U.S. dollar collapsed, what would be the reaction of gold and silver? Well, of course, we all know that gold and silver, up to this point, as far as how we've educated ourselves. Well, I know as far as I've educated myself. Man, that thing really grips it there. This little case here. Wow. But anyway, has it ever crossed anybody's mind, any precious metal collector or investor, as to how gold and silver will be traded if there is no fiat currency no more? If actually, if the U.S. dollar does hit zero, and it becomes worthless, there'd be so much U.S. dollars floating around out there. You'd have to literally use them. They'd probably have to burn them. Maybe the U.S. Mint would demolish them, or would the U.S. Mint still be around? Or the Federal Reserve still be around? They'd literally have to burn them or get rid of them, or will they reduce the amount of American dollars worldwide until it gets down to a substantial amount? No, I don't think so, because everybody would still be holding on to fiat, American dollars, in hopes that they would regain their value, and to what level of value would they regain if they begin to reduce the amount of American dollars down to a reasonable amount to gauge where prices really should be at, to get them back down to where it would be an equilibrium or balance, equal balance as to match the amount of gold and silver that there possibly could be. No, I don't think so. They'd probably have to basically demolish them, or basically people would demolish the money. I don't think they probably wouldn't give a darn if money begins to get demolished by average citizens, and they can't arrest everybody. They'd walk over it, burn it, in the fireplace or whatever. But if that's the case, if gold and silver does go through the roof, how would it be traded? Well, what would we do? Take our gold and silver to a coin shop and trade in an American Eagle for what? Fiat money? Or would fiat money still be around? But maybe we can take this American Eagle and take a pair of pliers or a pair of diagonal pliers and snap off a corner or edge of it real quick and measure it, weigh it, when we're at the checkout counter. to buy goods and services, to cut this up in little bitty pieces, and will we treat it like that? Or will we have our own refinery at home to melt it down, and then pour it into different little molds to measure out how much we need? I don't know. But then again, you got the old ancient U.S. currency, like, the Morgan. First of all, starting off with the Morgan silver dollar, which is 90% silver, Morgan peace dollars. Then you got the Mercury dime. From looking at various, forums on old coins, well, the Mercury dime, which is 90% silver, would probably be equivalent to, in today's day and time, equivalent to, let's say, maybe 1 week's worth of pay. I don't know if I got that right. I'm probably saying that wrong. I don't know. But if they were to measure everything down to basically match what the worth of silver would be right now, or gold and silver, one silver Mercury dime would be equivalent to 1 week's worth of pay. Let's say the minimum wage as today's day and time, second month, 7th day, 2014. Let's say somebody works in McDonald's, Burger King, or as a retailer or something like that, working at a nursing home, housekeeping at a motel, and they brought home $1,000 in the clear. Not gross, but net. And, give or take a few dollars, a little less, maybe a little more than $1,000, maybe a little less than $1,000. And can you imagine if it took a month to get $1,000? Let's say working in housekeeping, or working as a waiter or something like that, and you got paid. Let's say you got paid a Mercury dime for each week. You got 4 Mercury dimes. Will old currency come back into play again? You can get online, and several coin dealers say, we're running out of old U.S. coins. Hurry now, put your bid in early. Sign this form and send it back to get on our roster, so we can send you a Mercury dime for, let's say, $30 or $40 fee or something like that. There's probably thousands upon thousands of Morgan dollars and Mercury dimes still out there, but these online coin dealers try to, coerce you into believing that they don't have any more Mercury dimes or Morgan dollars. They've all been melted down, and there's only a select few left, and we're going to choose you to be one of the only few that can get this Mercury dime or Morgan dollar. That might not necessarily be the case. There's probably tons and tons of Morgan dollars and Mercury dimes. And if that's the case, the U.S. dollar crashes and precious metals go through the roof. Well, copper. Copper would go through the roof. What about nickel? Most of all nickels made throughout U.S. history never had too much of, or if none, no silver at all. Maybe except for war nickels. Let's say even nickels would be priceless. Probably not as much as silver. Well, I guess that's why nickels are a little larger than the silver dime, or the silver Roosevelt dime, or the silver Mercury dime. Nickels are a little larger maybe than their worth isn't much. But then again, if the U.S. dollar, goes belly up to nothing, well, nickel would be a valuable metal. All the nickels from, years gone by all the way to current would probably be pretty valuable. So there you go. You got copper, you got nickel. I don't know about zinc pennies though. From 82, when did zinc pennies begin make their reign into, or their debut into currency, into circulation? 82 all the way to present? Zinc. I don't know. Maybe that might have a little value. I don't know, but Yeah. My guess is maybe they'll just bring back old U.S. currency, and we'll continue to use copper and nickel, metal nickels. I don't know how that would come about. Yeah, I mean, if all fiat currency is not, it's worth nothing anymore, and you've got people still in possession of a lot of gold and silver, they're the smart ones. But if there's no investors to buy that gold and silver, so what would the U.S. do? Maybe they'd force old currency back into the market again. Well, I guess that'd be my guess. Old currency getting forced back into the market again. Enter the Mercury dime, enter the walking Liberty $half, the Standing Liberty $half, the Franklin $half. If they were somewhere floating around out there, I'm pretty sure they would surface. Those coins are very scarce. Maybe that's the way it should be. Since those coins are very scarce, and people would collect those coins, whether 90% silver, 40% silver, like the war nickel, like maybe the war nickel. That's from 1942 through 1945, 40% or 30% silver, whatever. Those that enter back into the U.S. economy, well, maybe the scarcity of that money, maybe that's the way it should have been. Maybe that's the way it should be right now. But not just money being printed just out of greed, just out of a printing frenzy. I don't know. Yeah, that's my guess. I still need to look around, or maybe type in the right question in the search bar and see what comes up. As far as people's opinion. I mean, what good would gold and silver be also if there was a total chaos after the U.S. dollar collapses? And the utility companies cut off all the water because they can't afford to keep it on, or the electricity because they can't afford to keep it on, or they jack the price up so high on the utilities people can't afford to pay them. So what, they're going to cut everybody off? Well, if they do that, they're not making nothing at all. All the employees of the utility companies would, well, they had to cut their utilities off too. So so there you are. But there might be a resurfacing or another evolution of a new type of currency. Well, they need to, whoever they are, maybe the minting agencies, maybe it'd be a good time for everybody to consider, if you consider being an entrepreneur, to start in your own minting agency. Learn how to refine your own metal and start from your garage minting different variations of currencies in your own garage. Who knows? Just a wild guess. Anyway, CJ3026, and we back quiet, and we'll see you on the flip, probably with a different video. Like I say, I'm not just focusing on coin videos, but I do like to invest my money. That's why I'm talking about coins right now. Who knows, I might be sitting in a canoe going down a river somewhere, on another video. They'll never know. My style is freestyle here on YouTube. Anyway, thank you all for listening. Thanks, YouTube. And yeah, I wish I was like my man Julius Matthey. Yeah, Julius Matthey. He's got very informative videos. Yeah, I like watching his videos. Very good, Julius Matthey. Thank you very much for keeping us up to date and everything. I'm not going to pull out a lot of graphs